Hello friends, in this video we will discuss about one problem in discrete time Fourier transform, and it is given that for a discrete time signal x of n, let its dtft be x of e power j omega, and because it is complex it can be written as real part plus j into imaginary part. Now the question is, if a new signal defined as y of n has a dtft given by y of e power j omega equal to xi of e power j omega plus xr of e power j omega into e power j omega, so we have to find the signal y of n. Okay, so that is the question, and to solve this problem, so we will use the following two properties, so which are time shifting and conjugate geometry property. So it says that x of n minus n naught will have x of e power j omega into e power minus j omega n naught, and x star of minus n will have x star of e power j omega as the Fourier transform. Okay, yes, so before we solve the problem, let us summarize what we already know. So this x of n plus x star of n by 2, from the previous property we see that it will have x of e power j omega plus x star of e power j omega by 2. Note that this is looking like z plus z star by 2, where z is the dtft x of e power j omega. So clearly it is nothing but the real part of the Fourier transform, and similarly x of n minus x star of minus n by 2j will have x of e power j omega minus x star of e power j omega by 2j, and clearly this is again looking like z minus z star by 2j, which is nothing but imaginary part of x of j omega. Okay, now question is, we have to find what is the inverse Fourier transform of xi of e power j omega plus xr of e power j omega. First let us try to find inverse Fourier transform of this, but just now we have seen that xi of e power j omega has x of n minus x star of minus n by 2j, and similarly xr of e power j omega will have x of n plus x star of minus n by 2. Okay, now if you multiply xr of e power j omega with e power j omega, then that corresponds to shifting of the signal in time domain to the left by 1 unit. So what it means that we have to replace n with n plus 1 in the second term, and hence finally the signal which has xi of e power j omega plus xr of e power j omega into e power j omega as the Fourier transform is given by x of n minus x star of minus n by 2j plus x of n plus 1. This we obtained by substituting n with n plus 1 plus x star of minus of, now again n is replaced with n plus 1 by 2. Okay, so hope this problem helps you in understanding of the conjugation properties and of the discrete time Fourier transform. Thank you.